Take it to the house. I am joined here today with Thatcher and with Zach. Who,
Zach's back.
yeah, Zach's back.
Back.
We're happy to have him back because there's no soccer to talk about this week. So um, we need to talk about real sports again. And yeah, so welcome back.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week I had to deal with my mom to help her with our classroom last week, and I totally forgot we were recording, so it's my fault.
Bozo.
But no, literally, I had to fuck. I have to bleep myself already. I had
We're off to a good
to.
start.
We're off to a good start. I had to readjust 18 desks, and I had to unscrew the legs, and then just it was
No.
I thought it just meant, hey,
horrendous.
Zach, will you come help me clean up my classroom and get it ready?
No, I had to readjust.
Bro, doing the whole handyman.
Don't they
work.
have people in the school that do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom's like, you know what? I want to put you into work labor.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks. Thanks,
Did you
mom.
did you get any like money or anything?
I got a box of mechanical pencils and an expo marker.
Hey, mechanical pencils are valuable.
Yeah, but I already have so many. I usually write with pen, but it's
I don't
okay.
even have to write anymore. Everything is online.
Yeah, because man. All right. So last week we covered a lot of soccer. I guess Elijah and Thatcher did. They did a table about the Premier League since that kicked off last week. La Liga also kicked off last week. We have a lot of Real Madrid news because two players are currently out with two ACL tears, both players, as well as Mbappe is now staying in PSG for the year. So he will be playing with them for the year. And then we got some news on Neymar, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Thatcher, take it away.
So Neymar has signed a contract with Saudi Arabia side Al-Hilal. I'm gonna pull up the exact details again with all of his bonuses and stuff. But okay, so here we go. So here are just the perks of Neymar's contract. He has a private plane at his disposal. He has a gigantic mansion with staff. He earns $80,000 or whatever their currency is, euros. Oh, that's euros. 80,000 euros bonus for every win that they have. And he gets 500,000 for every post or story he puts on social media that promotes Saudi Arabia.
Yo, he's working for the tourism agency. He ain't working for Al Halal.
So basically, Neymar decided money over legacy.
Hey, bro, his legacy was toast as soon as he went to PSG.
Disagree. I think his legacy. Think about how good it would have been if he would have gone back to Barca and won something with them, bro.
Barca aren't going to win anything for a while.
Well, they could have with him.
No, Neymar.
Yeah, if he decided to come back, yeah.
Yeah.
Neymar is. I think Neymar is so washed. Just get us back at this point. But also, the MLS is still, despite all these signings by the Saudi Arabian League, MLS still has a higher value.
Yeah, because Messi scored in every game he's played in.
That doesn't.
He's about to go to a final too.
Yeah,
To win his first
Leagues
trophy.
Cup.
Yep.
bro. I feel like he's just enjoying it so much.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm over it.
Over what?
Messi in the MLS. Because
Dude, Messi's
the
been on a
problem
tear
is
though.
the problem is that yeah, he's the GOAT and he's in your league and it's amazing. But the problem is now that this league is basically Messi League soccer, not Major League Soccer. The entire marketing now is just Messi and everybody just wants him to succeed. So it really sucks for teams like Real Salt Lake, for example, who have played really well, but they won't get any marketing, they won't get any views. And then Miami is gonna go and just win everything now because they just have all this money and stuff and they have this pull. And so I'm kind of over it. It's still really fun to watch him score and watch him be
The GOAT.
playing. And I could potentially go see him if they play in the final, if it's RSL Miami in the Open Cup final in a month or two. Should be awesome, but I'm over it.
It's here this year, right?
Well, we
Or
have
sorry,
to.
it's
If we
home
win our
territory.
semifinal, if we win our semifinal, we host whoever wins Cincinnati, whoever wins between Cincinnati and Miami, and it'll probably be Miami. So That'd be super cool. It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, but I'm also already over it because it's just like it just seems like everywhere it's just about Messi rather than appreciating your whole league and like teams and players that have done bits for you already. Like
Well,
I get it. It's Messi. It's amazing. It'd be like if your team got Tom Brady. Of course they're just going to market the shit out of Tom Brady. But like it's just really frustrating because it just seems like at this point it's just being overdone now.
Right.
I don't know. I just think no one cares about anything else in the MLS. I don't care about anything else in MLS.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
you've never
literally,
paid attention to MLS. Now
most
MLS is
people, I
drawing,
don't think most
but
people have.
MLS is drawing viewership from people who have never watched MLS just so they can watch Messi.
That's what
Whereas
I
they
mean.
actually have a pretty large fan base of people who watch MLS to watch their own teams. So it's just like,
But you
you're
still can't
getting
like
viewership. It's a
is
win for MLS, but it's an L for like most MLS fans.
but like let's be honest. Is the MLS ever going to use Real Salt Lake in their main market to market
If
the
they start
entire
playing
league?
well, they did for a while when RSL were playing really, really well.
Like who's your marquee guy that'd be like, oh, I want to see this guy play?
Chicho Arango.
I just spilled on myself.
But here's
Never
no,
heard of
but
him.
Elijah, you don't fully. I'm gonna be honest. You can't talk so much shit because you don't fully understand. Like, because okay, imagine that. Let's just say, like, imagine that you go to a Browns game or something, right? And like you're at a Browns home game for the Browns, and the whole stadium is sold out with another team, like for another team for another player, and you
That
don't
happens
actually
every
get to
Cardinals
experience
game.
it.
That
Literally,
happens to every
literally the
Cardinals
Rams
game.
and the Niners when the Rams made the Super Bowl.
No, but
All
like, but
red.
that's what I'm saying is like it ruins it. So like, okay, I have a cousin who is an FC Dallas supporter. He's like in part of their like supporter group, and I asked him, I'm like, "Are you excited for the game because Dallas got to play Miami?" He's like, "No, I'm not." Because all I know is it's going to be a bunch of people in Messi jerseys cheering for Messi when it's a home game in a knockout round of a tournament. And like that just ruins it. So like I'm hyped that he's here. Like I really am, and I will be so hyped if I get to go see him. But like it's old at this point. I'm over it at this point.
Speaking of Messi, Griezmann Keane is to join Messi on Inter Miami from
Who?
Barca.
Who's
Sorry,
Griezmann
who?
Keane?
Sorry, not Antony Griezmann.
Oh, Antoine Griezmann is Keane on. Okay, that makes. I thought Griezmann Keane was the player.
No,
Okay, that
Antony
makes more
Griezmann is
sense.
keen to join Miami or Inter Miami.
I think this should motivate the other owners to spend more money.
Other
Really?
owners can't draw that much though.
Well,
Yeah.
then
Like
the
okay,
league
it's
should
not. But
allow it.
Elijah, it's not about spending money. It's about the fact that Miami already have Messi, so everybody's gonna go play with Messi. It's
But
not about spending money.
Wouldn't
don't
you
you?
want? Okay, I don't. Okay, I have a personal question for you guys before we move on, and you continue. Would you much rather play against Messi or play with Messi?
After a
With
while, the team is going to become so oversaturated that you won't be able to play with Messi, even if you're on the team.
Okay,
right,
but
You're going to have to go to
if you
another
had the
team.
chance, would you
with
play
Well, I don't
against
think anyone would
with?
want to play against Messi.
right.
Okay,
But I
And that's
think
my
after a
point. Is
while,
like
it's going to be.
it's not a money issue. It's an issue of the fact that now Miami's just gonna have immediate pull.
But like, let's say, in a few years' time, Raheem Sterling or someone like with a relatively big name comes to MLS, but doesn't go to Miami, goes to another team. People are going to want to
there we
play
go.
with him too. So it's like Messi, obviously
Yeah,
Messi, right?
but
Yeah,
you're
But
comparing Raheem Sterling to Lionel Messi. That's like not even
well,
close.
but I'm saying in the United States, a big name is a big name. Like Messi is on another plane. Everybody in soccer, right?
Right.
Only Ronaldo could really rival him when it comes to wanting to play. But I think if let's say hypothetically, let's say that because I know there was talks of Neymar coming to MLS. Let's say Neymar came to MLS and played for another team, even though I think he was going to go to Miami, right?
No, he was gonna go to one of the LA teams.
Okay,
Mhm.
so let's say Neymar went to one of the LA teams. People are going to want to play for that team probably just as much as Miami, just because
Yeah, but
you
like
know what I mean?
Miami already has like the thing is too is before Messi had signed, like you have the ownership group of David Beckham who
Right.
brings you a big name and brings you a bunch of money. But like now here's another quick counterpoint. It's like, okay, again, I'm gonna go back to Real Salt Lake because it's the team I know the most about. we have spent in this like summer window, like from the start of our season to now, we've spent $13 million, which is the most we've ever spent ever.
Hmm.
I mean, look where it
And
got
we've
us
done it
too.
in one window.
Right.
We're 10, 7, and 7, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not, nope, that's not what I'm saying. Is that we've spent money and we're doing all right, but you still won't get marketing. You still won't get people coming to play with certain players. Like, unless you can get a big player like that, but also it's draw. Like, Raheem Sterling's not going to want to come to Salt Lake City, Utah. Like, that's
No.
just how it is. He's going to want to go to somewhere flashy. But,
Right.
like, I just think that it's not a money thing. It's just draw at this point now. So, like, okay, Timu Puki went to Minnesota. That's cool, but, like, it's nothing
Right.
amazing. Like,
Right.
people aren't going to go across to an MLS to play with Timu Puki.
Right.
But, like, what I'm saying is now is it's like it puts everybody else a step farther back just for you to elevate. And what's going to happen when Messi retires? Like,
Mhm.
it's just going to reset everything. And then the MLS is going to go back to like, oh, we love all these other guys. Oh, Seattle and Portland. Oh, and it's like, dude, you just completely bailed on the rest of your league so you could promote this. When I'm going to be honest, like, Messi doesn't even need promotion.
Right.
Like,
He promotes himself.
yeah,
the GOAT.
exactly. So like that's what pisses me off is like it just seems like it's Messi League soccer now, not Major League Soccer.
Do they still have
Yeah.
a salary cap?
It's like
Miami?
I don't know.
No,
It's
just the league.
you would have to think that they do, but like
Because
if
I feel like
if
Miami.
Miami's signing Messi, Jordi Alba, and Sergio Busquets, like
Right.
there's a problem there.
Right.
And especially
Um,
Antony too.
And Antoine Griezmann.
yeah, if you get Antoine Griezmann too, it's just stupid.
I just like saying
it's
Antony.
it's kind of fishy
Antonio,
more than anything because like if because
Well, the
Miami.
problem is that MLS and Apple are literally paying to get certain players here. Like they paid
Yeah,
to get
literally.
Messi.
Okay.
And like that's awesome, but now you're showing that that's a standard, but you're not going to use that for other teams. So like what if Real Salt Lake again, we'll just go back. What if Real Salt Lake wanted Raheem Sterling? You're
Right.
not going to give Real Salt Lake money to get Raheem Sterling,
Right.
but you give that Miami more money and more opportunities and Messi more money to go and play. And it's just like it puts everybody else behind and you're just promoting the shit out of this one team and all your other teams are falling below.
So I have a question because obviously I'm not very well versed in MLS soccer, but do you think Apple would fund a LA team to get a big acquisition?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because LA is like a big
So yeah,
landing spot for
So
a
it's kind
lot
of-
of
But it
people.
depends on how big of a name because some of like the LA teams could probably get pull anyways because
Right.
A, they're LA and B, they have money.
right.
Plus, it's this really big city.
But like, okay,
and
let's just say Ronaldo wants to come to LAFC, they would fund it.
Okay.
They would help fund it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but then you look at other small market teams, like, I mean, again, you could say Real Salt Lake, but even like Portland Timbers or like Nashville, who are doing really well, or Philadelphia or something like that, like they get forgotten and lost because you're trying to promote and build up one player who doesn't need any promotion anyways.
Right.
It's just frustrating because like I love Messi and I will be so excited if I get to see him. But like as a fan of a team who's not like another team in the league, it's really frustrating because also he's driving up ticket prices. So like if anybody wanted to go to a game, you're gonna have to pay like five. The average price per ticket for the Philadelphia game was $522.
ridiculous.
And that
And
just sucks too.
Right. Because before Messi came, I think the prices for Inter Miami tickets
Reasonable.
were $4.
27.
Yeah, the
ticket.
lowest ticket you could get with at
Like-
Miami game was like $4 or something like that.
Average is like $20
insane.
per ticket.
Right. And so, and it sucks too because then it creates a reseller market, which you don't want either.
I wonder if the MLS could implement something that benefits the smaller market teams while keeping bigger market teams like Miami.
Apple TV lets them watch them for free.
Nah, that's not good enough.
No, that's not good enough.
Well,
Yeah.
I already get to watch them for free because we have season tickets. But
Look,
like,
Do you know what I mean though? Like,
yeah, like I think because okay, do I think Messi being in the league is good? Yes. Do I think what they've been doing to like since he's gotten here has been good? No.
Mhm.
because like it's only about Messi. Like, okay,
It's kind of
watch
like
this.
if the NBA focused only on LeBron.
Right. Or Giannis or whatever.
Or
Right.
Jaw.
Yeah, or Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Okay, I'm gonna pull up. I pulled up Apple TV. I haven't even gone to the MLS part yet. Okay. Okay,
Right.
who's that? Oh, it
That's
switched to this.
it's a lady in a leotard.
Okay, Messi, right?
Yeah.
Messi.
Right.
Messi.
Literally says all eyes on Messi,
Right.
Oh, jeez.
and then all of his highlights with Miami.
Hmm.
And I haven't even clicked into the MLS section.
And
That's
here's the
just
thing.
already on the front.
New
Don't even
fans,
bother.
new fans are immediately going to become fans of Miami, despite having a team in their hometown or whatever. Just
Oh, but
because
then they'll
Messi
just
is-
bail as soon as he's gone.
unless they get another player.
See, but what it's created is also has created an extremely uneducated fan base because there are
Right.
these fans who are claiming that they're Miami fans when really you're Messi fans. That's great, but don't say that you're a Miami fan. So
Right.
like, there's this guy who works in my mom's office, and he like is a Messi fan. And then he's like talking about, he's like, oh, well, I hope that Messi beats RSL if they get there. And I hope that blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, you don't even know anything. All you know is that you like Messi.
Well, when you're a fan saying, "I hope Messi beats RSL," and not "I hope Inter Miami beats RSL," that's an issue. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like well, it's kind of like in the NBA, like LeBron, right? When
Right.
people went to the Lakers just because they're LeBron fans, or went to the Heat just because of the LeBron fans, it's like I hope LeBron beats that team. I don't care about the team.
Well, and that's what struggles for me too is like, dude, Messi doesn't even need any more success, right? Like,
Right.
okay, let's say it is Real Salt Lake and Miami in the Open Cup final. Like, he doesn't need to win it though. Like, that's
Right.
the thing.
But
But
the league will go crazy if he does.
the league will
obviously.
make it a big deal if he does.
Right.
So it's just
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just frustrating because I feel like there are lots of other teams who deserve more marketing. Not even Real Salt Lake, like freaking
Every other-
Nashville.
Yeah.
And Philly and Atlanta, like there are these big teams out there who deserve marketing.
Like the
that-
least they could do is incorporate those teams in with the Messi marketing. Like
Right.
put Messi at the center, but then have like a Real Salt Lake player and Nashville player. Like
Like all the
spread
Make
love.
it, but like if you
Right.
go to Apple TV, I shouldn't only see
You shouldn't
Messi,
only see Messi.
and like
Right.
it literally says Messi lives here on Apple TV. Like, it's
Bro.
absurd. The amount of money that has gone towards promoting him and marketing him is just ridiculous.
Do you think that's partly Apple's fault?
Yeah.
Because they're so focused on just
Yeah.
that big name.
Yep.
Well, Apple don't care about other
Right.
Apple don't care about anybody other than
Right.
Apple.
Right.
So like
100%.
what's gonna get you more
more
people
revenue.
is gonna be Messi. But like I just think the league should be doing better.
Yeah, I mean, because it is a league. It's not just Messi.
Right, like okay, if Mbappe came to the Prem, it'd be huge. But guess what? He still wouldn't be the
Nope.
only face of the Prem.
Yep. You got Holland, you got Salah, you got Bukayo Saka. You have all
Right.
those players, right?
Like you have, and they would, and still, even with Holland, they haven't been like Holland lives here. Like
No.
it's like
people love Holland. I love Holland, but he's not. There's no face of the Prem.
Like
There's
if I pull up
faces.
okay, we'll just counter it. Let's pull up the Premier League app and see who comes up. Okay. First person, I see Luis Diaz. I see Pep Guardiola. And then you really have to scroll and it shows like latest news of everybody.
Right.
Or if I pull up, oh, here you go, real quick, and then we can definitely move on. But this is good.
What happens when you open the MLS app?
Well, yeah, I was gonna do that too, but I was gonna pull up Peacock because that's where the Prem is.
Yes.
Right? So pull up Peacock Premier League. Look, it shows Premier League TV. It shows all the games. Look, there's Holland there. That's great. Just keep scrolling. There's
Future
all like
Real Madrid player.
there's all their podcast stuff. There's like highlights by club. It just shows that like how all these different players are going to be marketed.
Yeah, it's represented like a league.
Right. Now we'll go to MLS. Look. Okay, Messi. Messi.
Yeah. This is out of hand. I
Oh,
didn't realize
Look,
how bad that
an
was.
ad for Apple TV
With Messi.
Messi,
Yo.
Messi.
I didn't realize how bad it was. Like
Oh,
that's
look,
terrible.
the greatest is here. Messi.
Bro.
Match
Oh.
day. Messi joins Inter Miami.
He joined Inter Miami like 4 game days ago. What is this? Oh my gosh.
So I have to get all the way down to goal of the match day before I can avoid Messi.
That's
Goal of the day is Messi scores
Look,
a goal.
extra
goal of the
time,
day.
Messi.
Messi free kick.
Jerseys, Messi. Popular, Messi. Jordi Alba, Messi.
That's terrible. That seriously is so bad.
So that's what I mean. It's just
Yeah.
like, come on, man.
It's literally, yeah. Wow, I didn't know
MLS,
it was that
do
bad.
better.
Okay,
Seriously.
here's one thing I want to say. You guys saw the goal yesterday, right?
Yeah, and to be honest, it was actually just really bad goalkeeping.
Yeah, that's really. I was about to say, is that
I
like
feel
really
that's
bad
most of the goals in
goalkeeping?
MLS though. There's just like
Did you see it, Elijah? Did you see the goal we're talking about? I'll
Mm.
send it to you while Zach's
Yeah,
talking about it.
But yeah, it was just literally a ground ball, and it just hits. It barely goes in.
I
It
almost like it's like
almost hit the
suspiciously
post.
bad.
It almost hit the corner of the post.
Bro, what?
Well-
I just got an email for ASU saying welcome Black Week. What the heck? That's racist.
Racial profiling.
Yeah.
ASU canceled live.
Yeah.
Okay, Elijah, I sent it to you on Instagram. Watch that goal and tell me it's not bad goalkeeping.
All right. While Elijah watches that, we are going to move on to some NFL news. A lot did happen in the last few days.
Did you watch it?
That's just so that's not deserving of perfect placement in all caps. Any
No.
competent goalkeeper could say or could save
I
that
could
shot.
save that. I
Yeah, right.
1000% guarantee you I could have saved
That
that.
is, yeah. That's the ultimate slurp.
It almost makes me wonder if they're like paying other teams to just let Messi score.
Match
Like you're
fixing for
telling me
Messi
Andre Blake, who's an international captain
Right.
for Jamaica,
Is gonna be that bad.
is letting that go in.
Yeah.
All right, NFL. I can't talk about this anymore.
I
Frustrating.
can't either. Okay, so preseason kicked off last week from the 9th to the 15th,
Right.
technically. Just because it's the week. You guys know what I mean?
I know.
So a couple of games I want to kind of go over is the Packers and the Bengals. Sean Clifford had 208 passing yards, 1 tutty, 2 interceptions. What do we think about that? Is it too early to determine that Clifford's going to be a third string or a second string? Because Jordan Love's obviously going to be the starter. Jordan Love looked good.
I think that
I mean, he'll be the backup.
I think it gives positive assurance to Packers fans that they have a competent enough backup, just in case something happens to Jordan Love.
Right. Good. Good.
Backups
Good.
are
Good.
going crazy right now, though.
Yeah, they are.
O'Connell Is doing bits. DTR. People are wondering if DTR would start over Watson if he continues to, not play up to expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So, wild stuff.
And then I
Jake
want to talk about
Haener
the
was not
Broncos
good.
and the Cardinals real quick. Sean Payne came on a little too strong, in my opinion.
Also, his haircut's horrible.
His haircut is horrible.
And then also Russell Wilson couldn't score in 4 drives against the third string defense.
I mean, he still passed for a touchdown.
Yeah.
After 4 drives
After four drives.
against third stringers of the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
They definitely have a lot to work on, for sure. So, but the Cardinals look pretty good. Their team, I think they got a really good coach. To be honest,
Gannon's a good coach.
Gannon's a really good.
You know what they
coach.
don't have?
A quarterback.
Yep, and good uniforms.
Right.
How's an L?
But
Who's gonna buy? Imagine buying a red Kyler Murray jersey.
I'm gonna try to get a black one at that point.
That's the biggest L.
Yes. They were only selling the red ones at the stadium.
Kyler looks not in good shape either.
Bro, Kyler won't be.
What the fuck was he wearing?
It's a thing to track like your breathing.
Track your movement, but the
And
funny
your
thing is
movement,
he
yeah.
hasn't been moving. So
It looks
Right,
like a
he's-
fucking. It looks like a
Move-
bra.
They've been moving his fingers on COD.
Yeah.
But I think that they're gonna get Caleb Williams anyway, so it doesn't matter.
that's
Yeah.
also an L
That's
for Canada.
very bold.
That's not very bold. They have 2 first-round picks.
Next thing you know, they trade Kyler Murray.
Well, they
I-
probably will.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I mean, why not? You're already a bad team with Kyler. Without Kyler, you'll be atrocious. So
But
might as well.
who would want him?
They're not even that bad with Colt McCoy. They're about the same with Kyler as they are with
I
Colt
would
McCoy.
say, well, who would want Kyler Murray? I mean, I don't know, but like
Maybe
there are
Seattle
also a
if
lot of
Geno
teams.
leaves.
The Vikings,
The
maybe.
Vikings, the Packers, maybe the
Packers, maybe, yeah.
Raiders. Like there are teams that would take Kyler.
If Tua gets injured again, you know, he could
The
go to Miami.
Patriots.
The Patriots. Oh, the Patriots. Yeah, there's teams. There's
There's
teams out there.
teams.
Right. The Saints, even like I'm
Falcons
just saying,
maybe too.
Falcons,
Yeah.
Panthers,
Steelers.
Bucks.
It's a lot of teams. Oh no,
Right.
I think the Steelers will set him Pickett. I think Pickett is really good.
Well, if I think if Pickett, like it depends how Pickett performs in the next 2 years,
Yeah,
then definitely like, yeah,
I'm
If you-
actually scared of Pickett, bro.
yeah, you should be. Bro, the Rams could even get him if Stafford doesn't perform well, or the Raiders.
Right.
I will say Stetson Bennett has been kind of good though.
Yeah, so that's better.
Bro, he looks good,
Yeah.
even though he's like 30 years old.
Okay, so
Yeah,
another.
also, real quick, do you guys know that he actually never graduated, but he was there for like 10 million years?
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's like ultimate procrastination.
Well,
bro.
he
Just
went
do your
JUCO though.
schoolwork.
He went JUCO. That's also another
Okay.
dude.
But didn't he
Okay,
still
but he was at
spend-
Georgia for like 3 years and he
Yeah.
still didn't graduate.
Because you would have credits to transfer over from the JUCO.
Right.
I don't know.
And if you're staying there for that long, why don't you just graduate?
True.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
All right, and then 2 games I want to highlight: Texans Patriots. CJ Stroud really struggled in his preseason debut.
Yeah.
I knew
But-
he would.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the Texans are atrocious. But also Bill Belichick loves him some rookie quarterbacks to just
Right.
like shit on.
So
So I think we should relax on that one.
Can we
Here's- here's
can we say that Billy Zappi is the GOAT?
No.
In
No.
Madden, because literally the best silver in the game last year.
I never played my Ultimate Team last year.
Yeah, me neither.
You guys are so
Um,
you guys are both those.
Bro, Madden Ultimate Team is probably the worst Ultimate Team mode.
I
in
love Ultimate
all of
Team.
sports games. It's really bad.
I love Ultimate Team. The only reason I love Ultimate Team is because the promos they have. And like
the promos are fire, except
since
the
like
gameplay is
I've
not.
been since I've been playing since like 16, like Mutt.
Right.
I love it. And they bring
16
like
I
Mutt
like
was
doing
fire.
the drafts, like the drafts
16
for the
16 and 17 were really good.
Right.
18 could have been better. But I also I really like 22.
I like
As well.
doing the
20
drafts.
like
Those are my
20
favorite.
20 as well.
I
Not
will
22.
say, so going back to CJ Stroud, I'm an Ohio State fan, obviously, right there. I've said this ever since CJ Stroud put on an Ohio State uniform that he's the worst quarterback we've had since before Cardale Jones. And his decision making is probably the worst. Like with the best wide receiver room an Ohio State quarterback has ever had.
He didn't win a national championship.
He didn't win a national championship. He didn't
pretty
beat
close, though.
Michigan. He didn't beat Michigan once. And he almost, I mean, we barely even made the playoffs last year. We were in contention to just like not even have a bowl game. He was that bad.
You actually only made it because didn't you only make it because Utah beat USC?
Yes, that was the only reason we made it to the playoffs. And
So
that
it
should
wasn't even
never
because of
happen.
what you did.
No, it wasn't even because of what that should never ever happen. And I mean, he's explosive, but his decision making is terrible. He runs at the wrong time. He passes at the wrong time.
I think he's just with the wrong team. That's what makes me sad is because I think his like tangibles, like he's big, he's strong, he's mobile. Like I think that if he would have landed somewhere with like a quarterback head coach, he could have done well. But like now he's with a defensive minded first year head coach in an organization that has been horrible forever.
I mean, the Bears also have Eberflus, who's a defensive minded head coach, and Fields is looking pretty solid this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I agree with that, but also I think Fields is just like we already know, like I already think that Fields is a better quarterback than Stroud, but I think that
100%.
the comparison, we're only comparing them because they're Ohio State quarterbacks, but like I don't know.
Fields
I
beat
think
Michigan.
I think if Stroud would have ended up like with, I don't know, like Sean Payton or like Sean McVay or Andy Reid, like stuff like that. Like I think if he would have ended up with a good coach who is offensive minded, who can work with quarterbacks, I think it would have been fine. But like the
It,
problem is he's going to a first year defensive head coach with a team that's awful with like almost no receivers.
I will say though,
Tank Dell pretty. Tank
I
Dell
was
pretty
gonna say Tank
awesome.
Dell looks good.
I'll partially blame his development on Ryan Day because he hasn't been as good of a coach as Urban Meyer. I mean, Ryan Day did produce Justin Fields, but Urban Meyer really produced all the great Ohio State quarterbacks. They didn't do anything in the NFL. Neither, just like Urban Meyer, he didn't do anything in the NFL. But I don't know. I think if Stroud came earlier, which obviously he can't control when he's born, but you know, if he came earlier during the Urban Meyer era, I think he'd be a different story.
Sorry, I was just looking at Sidemen charity match stuff. I agree. I think that I think that I think he ended up in like the worst possible situation.
Yeah.
Because Tank
I,
Dell looks good, but other than that, he doesn't have receivers. Like he has Tank Dell and John Mechie.
we don't know how Mechie is going to do though,
Yeah.
and he also
But
has
like
Dalton Schultz.
right, but like I think if you're looking at like, you know, I don't know, like Herbert's first year, right? Who did he have? He had
Right.
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
They still
Or you
do.
look at, even I mean, I guess Burrow's not a good option.
I mean, Burrow still had Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins,
Yeah.
but he got
Right,
hurt midway through the
right,
season.
right. But like,
Well,
or even, yeah, I mean, I think rookie quarterbacks to succeed, they need to be in the right situation. And CJ Stroud is not in the right situation to succeed.
Right.
I agree.
And the Texans are very impatient. So if they don't do well this year, which they won't, they'll fire their head coach and then they got to restart all over.
Yeah.
So, and they won't get free agents. That's the thing. No matter how much money you spend, nobody wants to go to Houston. So
That's true. I don't know. I feel bad for him, but I also know that he is. I mean, it's hard to mess up having Marvin Harrison, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, uh, and Emeka Ibuka in the same wide receiver room,
yeah,
and not do anything with that.
right.
Also,
Okay,
Marvin Harrison said he can run a 4.3. That's insane. I didn't know
Junior
this part that but
or Marvin
Yeah.
Harrison.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay.
So we should talk about the other rookie quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. So
Which
Anthony
one?
Richardson also did struggle.
That was
I
expected.
saw a really bad read by him. Let me pull up his stuff.
I think it's a bad decision by the Colts to name him day one starter.
I agree, but I think that
Anthony Richardson got named as a starter for the season, by the way, guys. In case you
I
didn't
think
find
it's
out.
the bad move to name him this early, but I think that it's the right move to make him your day one starter because he's so raw that like you need to give him time.
Who's
But
their
I think
backup besides Ellinger?
Gardner.
Oh, Gardner Minshew.
But yeah, and
So-
Richardson went 7 for 12, 67 yards, 1 interception. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're good.
But they announced him as a starter yesterday. I think it's still a little too early. I mean, Sam Elliger's been in the league for like what now, 3 years?
Yeah, but also I would
thought this
start
was- or is
like
this his third year?
Minshew would be the
Minshew,
two.
Minshew would be a solid like transition back or quarterback, you know.
well,
I
especially
just
once,
think that what
especially-
the Colts are avoiding is a Tua situation, I think. Because remember how Tua started so rocky and then they benched him and then they started him and then they benched him and then they started him like over and over. And I think if you have a rookie quarterback that shows promise, I think you just need to like let him learn.
yeah,
So
and
like
like
this year
same
could be
thing
a
with
really
Belichick
rough
too.
year.
Belichick did the same thing. Cam Newton to backup.
Right. Like this year
Mac
could be a
Jones.
really rough year, but
Backup.
like just let him work it out.
Let him cook.
Because you know that he's got talent. So just
Yeah,
like
of course. Yeah.
give him time and give him experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, I expect all rookie quarterbacks to struggle. Like think of like T-Law too. Like T-Law struggled.
T-Law looked really good.
Burrow
I think he'll
struggled.
be good this year. T-Law's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be good this year.
Well, yeah, he was good last year. So.
Especially since you have Calvin Ridley coming this year too, after being suspended for a season and a half.
Yeah.
The last quarterback I really remember having like a super solid rookie year and not starting the entire season was Baker.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And I also think that was because standards were low in Cleveland too.
Right. But he did break the rookie touchdown record for
True.
so.
I would say Drew Lock could be. Not saying Drew Lock could be up there, but he did go 4-1 after taking over for Flacco and
Yeah.
Brandon Allen.
Yeah.
So I would put
Drew
him
Lock
up there too.
Needed more time in
Denver.
Yeah.
I agree, dude. I completely agree.
I'm a Drew Lock. I'm a Drew Lock hammer. I think he got scammed. He deserved more time.
Well, and then what I heard too is that Vic Fangio did not like him at all.
No one likes Vic Fangio.
No one likes Vic Fangio. Now he's a defensive coordinator for the Dolphins.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of Drew Lock, he looked really good in his preseason debut. 191, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He threw a fine bullet into the end zone.
But Gino's the starter.
Gino's the starter, unfortunately.
I think Gino's good. So
Gino is good.
Well, Gino's fine. But...
Look at their wide receivers, bro. They arguably have like one of the best wide receivers.
DK, Tyler,
Smith and Jigba.
I do wonder why people are saying that the Bengals
J-Man
have the best wide receiver room because I think the Seahawks front three is better.
I think it's close. It's pretty.
I think the Bengals is. I think the Bengals are better.
It's really close.
Here's this.
It's really close though. I think it's really
close. Go through their 1, 2, and 3. Who would you rather have, Jamar Chase or DK Metcalf?
Jamar Chase.
Well, Jamar Chase, obviously.
Okay. Who would you rather have, Tyler Lockett or T Higgins?
T Higgins because he's bigger.
Depending on what you need, you know. I'd rather
no.
I think.
Who would you rather have, T Higgins or Tyler Lockett?
I think you're lining it up wrong. I think you should do Higgins and Smith and Jigba because Lockett's the slot now.
Yeah, but it's a 1, 2, and 3.
No, but Tyler Boyd's the slot.
That's what I'm saying. So put Lockett with Boyd and Higgins with Smith and Jigba.
Okay. Who would you rather have, Higgins or Smith and Jigba?
Smith and Jigba.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have Higgins because he's proven in the league.
I would rather have Higgins too because he's tall and big.
I also disagree with the alignment though. I'm saying they're 1, they're 2, and they're 3. Regardless of where they play, those are the 1, the 2, and the 3. Tyler Lockett has to be their 2 for right now. You'd have to argue that because Smith and Jigba hasn't played a game. So
I'm basing it off of where they play. Like
I'm just saying in terms of their 1, 2, and 3, I would take probably all 3.
I'll still take the Seahawks.
I would say I'd take Smith and Jigba over Boyd, obviously, but I would take Higgins and Chase over DK and Lockett.
I love Higgins too, but I would take.
I agree.
Would you take Lockett over Higgins though? Is what I'm asking.
No, but I'm not lining them up like that. So
I think that the Bengals have the best 3. But the Seahawks also have a really strong wide receiver room. That's what I'm saying. Is like I think it's really close. But I think if you were to say the best 3 rather than where they play, the best 3 or I think the best 3 would be the Bengals 3. But also the Bengals have a better quarterback. So
right.
What I guess maybe you could also look at it as like
what they do is good with Geno Smith.
Give Burrow, DK, Lockett, and Smith and Jigba, and give Geno, Chase, Higgins, and Boyd.
Speaking of Burrow,
ways to look at it.
Speaking of Burrow, he's on his last year's contract,
and they still haven't given him a deal.
And they still don't give him money.
The Bengals are one of the cheapest franchises in the NFL.
If they let Joe Burrow walk, I think Jamar Chase leaves too.
They might, 100%. If they pick up his rookie option, totally do it.
So. I think it's coming. The problem is he's injured right now too, so you're not going to extend his contract while he's injured.
But another thing I wanted to just go over too, Justin Fields, boys, 3 for 3, 129 yards, 1 tutty.
Okay, but hang on. Yeah, 129 yards. It's really like 5 yards.
That's rare for Fields though. In the NFL,
but I'm saying he threw it.
129 yards.
He threw a screen to DJ Moore, who then ran it for like 60 yards.
Yeah,
that counts as receiving yards or passing yards for some reason.
Yeah, but I'm saying when you're looking at Fields, like when you think 3 for 3 with 169, you'd think of maybe like a bomb down the field. It was like a screen that he ran.
But I think here's what I think. I think this was better than Fields throwing like, an
10
actual
times.
touchdown or quarterback, like throwing a ball on the line of scrimmage, because I think it shows that he actually has playmakers now.
Yeah,
And so
like
he
it
can
shows, it
trust
gives
them.
you confidence in DJ
Right.
Moore for sure.
Exactly.
No, I agree. I think Fields is good. I'm just saying you got
But
to
I
take
think
that.
people are, yeah.
You got to take that stat line with a pinch of salt because you got to look at the touchdown and know that
Yeah.
DJ Moore did 90% of the work.
I love Fields to death.
DJ Moore only had one catch though,
Yeah, for the touchdown.
Yeah, for the touchdown.
which I find
I don't
funny.
know. I like Fields. He'll be really good this year.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I still don't like. I still don't think.
Oh, I'm sorry. He had 2 touchdowns, not one.
There you go.
I think they're the only team in the NFC North that can challenge the Vikings.
Disagree.
I would say they could challenge the Vikings, maybe. Same with the Lions.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
that
trust Jared Goff.
I trust Jared Goff with the
Head and
offense.
hooker season, baby. Woo!
Hey, if Jared Goff does bad, Hendon Hooker goes right in there.
He's still on ACL injury though.
Yeah, that's true.
I trust Jared Goof with his offense, like with the offense that he has.
Jared Goff.
I think Amon-Ra is going to be good again, and I think Jamison Williams is going to be like you're actually going to get Jamison Williams this year.
Right.
So,
But their defense.
When the hell did Will Greer sign with the Dallas?
Who?
Will Greer?
Oh,
I didn't
Wait.
know that.
wait, I remember him on Dallas and Madden.
He was on Carolina for a while.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
he signed with them a few months ago.
Yeah, I figured. Last game I want to go over is Browns and Commanders. DTR. It's looking really good. So if Watson's done for the year,
If Watson is done, DTR steps in and takes over starting role easily.
Yeah.
And I think we have a dilemma going into the future. Watson has 4 years left on his contract. He's 27 years old.
massive contract.
Right. But actually, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's not that massive anymore. He's the 9th highest paid quarterback in the league.
Right, but the problem is it's fully guaranteed.
Yep.
But let's be honest. For the top 8 quarterbacks, it's pretty much fully guaranteed money, unless they get some
but
freak injury.
I don't think Deshaun's a top 8 quarterback in the league.
He was when he was before his
Before he actually got to the Browns.
right. So they're paying on potential to get back to that spot.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
So let's say
they need more weapons, honestly.
I think that adds into what I'm trying to say. If he doesn't get back to his thing, he has 4 years left on his contract. He's 27 years old. DTR is 23 on a rookie contract. How do you manage that? Because you don't want to let DTR
Well,
go
and how can you can't trade? Like nobody's going to take on the contract for Deshaun.
until
The
he goes to the Lions.
hey, hold on. The Buccaneers might though. If
you go,
Baker doesn't work out.
If you trade him in the because DTR can't start right away. He needs to develop under Deshaun.
Yep.
2 years time, someone will take Deshaun's contract.
Yeah, in 2 years. But
Yeah.
I think the problem is what you want though is you want what did you say about DTR? He's 23 and what?
On his rookie
On
contract.
his rookie contract.
On his rookie contract. You want to win when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal because then you can afford to put other things like get other players elsewhere.
Right.
So I think you need to give Deshaun this year, and if this isn't the year, I think I would move off of him.
And I think that's what a lot of Browns fans were thinking because we found a diamond in the rough in DTR. I don't think anyone expected him to be as good as he's done so far.
No, like even when we saw him at UCLA, like he was good, but he was like he kind of reminded me of Richardson a little bit, where he's like he's so good, but he's so raw. Like he just like
right.
But I think Deshaun, regardless of the personal stuff that goes on with Deshaun, off the field stuff, I think Deshaun, like as a quarterback, is the perfect person for DTR to learn under because they're like the
100%.
same person.
But then again, let's say hypothetically, Deshaun gets back to his prime Texans days. What do you do with DTR?
Trade him.
Trade him, develop him in case Watson goes down.
Or you keep him for another year or two, and then if Deshaun continues the consistency, then trade him. Because the problem is, what if Deshaun has one good year and everybody thinks he's amazing, then you trade DTR, and then he falls off, and you're like, no.
Right.
It's gonna be like Daniel Jones, I feel like.
I think a last resort thing is to trade DTR because we have no need to trade him. He's on a rookie contract.
Yeah. So I think you keep DTR until Watson proves that he's either the guy or not the guy.
And even if he proves he is the guy, DTR is there to come in if he ever gets injured.
Yeah, but I
Uh,
think what I'm trying to say too is I think that if let's say 2 years time, Deshaun is back to Texans Deshaun for 2 years in a row, I think other teams will then want DTR.
and I think at that point you have to give him up.
Oh yeah, well because
Because
you have your franchise quarterback for at
right.
least the next 5 years after that.
Right, because he'll be 29 in 2 years.
Right.
That's pretty crazy to think. It seems like he's
Right.
been in the league for ages. So
Right.
it's the Browns have a dilemma on their hands, and I
But it's a
think
good
it's gonna
dilemma to
it's a
have.
good dilemma to have.
Yeah.
Most teams don't have that dilemma.
I would trade you that dilemma. Actually, to be honest, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm happy right now.
Yeah, Jake Haener though, he didn't look too
No.
hot. But
No.
Jameis Winston is
Jameis
It
Winston.
makes me happy that so Derek Carr has been named the starter, but like I think
He
that
looked so good though.
he only got one drive, but he did look really good.
If Derek by some miracle has as bad of a season as he had last year, Jameis
Which
can
is
come in and
impossible.
Jameis can come in and do bits.
Yep.
Right. Well, and I think that Derek Carr. Sorry, got a text. I think Derek Carr will be great. I think that it's gonna work. Like that, it really sucks because like I've been so used to one quarterback like my whole childhood, and now it's like this constant like, okay, is this the guy? But I think Derek Carr with Chris Olave, with Michael Thomas, hopefully healthy, with the backfield that he has, he's got a good defense now. Like I think that this team, like if you have a good quarterback, I think if you put any quarterback who's decent into this team, they would succeed.
I saw a video of Michael Thomas, and people were like, "Oh, he's back healthy, and he's still just running slant."
Hey, it works.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, when Michael Thomas was in the 99 club in Madden, I would only run slants, but it's unguardable. Like,
right,
what can you do? And
right.
my biggest argument about the Thomas slant boy thing though is that like, okay, if it's so annoying, why can't you stop it? Like, why can't you stop it then? Like,
Yeah.
it's like when you get mad at people in Madden for running the same play, then stop it.
Right.
And I think you also have to look at like, okay, if let's say Michael Thomas ran 10 slants and he caught every pass and he got like a 2 or 3 touchdowns off of them, could Keenan Allen do the same thing? Could Amari Cooper do the same thing? Like, it's just different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I think I'm excited. And if Derek Carr does well, then I'll get a Derek Carr jersey.
Also, speaking of Amari Cooper, he's only 28 years old.
That's wild, by the way.
That's insane.
Also, I think the Cowboys are extremely missing him.
For a 5th-round pick. We need to re-sign him though. He's on the last year of his contract.
Guys, we should talk about how Dak looks like shit.
He does. But I want to say this. I want to say this too before
Dak?
we move on. If you guys go watch his highlights, it's so bad.
It's terrible.
In training camp, it's been bad.
I don't want to go over this, honestly. It's just so bad.
No, but I think it's funny that Diggs like thinks he's the shit when really like Dak is just playing awful.
Yeah. Like if I was a quarterback and Dak was throwing
I'd be
the ball,
so excited.
I'd be like, yeah, let's go. That's a 2 interception day right
It's
there.
like it's like when the kid in Madden has Patrick Mahomes and he just chucks it up hoping that it happens, and you're like, oh, that's mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Last thing I want to say before we move on to our last parts that we need to cover real quick. I think Malik Cunningham's really underrated
for the Pats. He could be a starter.
If Mac Jones doesn't work out and Malik Cunningham just climbs the depth chart, there's your Lamar Jackson 2.0, because he took over when Lamar Jackson got drafted to the Ravens in 2019.
Yeah.
And he's been there for 5 years because he redshirted his freshman year. So
he has experience.
He's experienced behind Lamar Jackson. He worked under Lamar Jackson. Louisville still ran the same kind of plays with Cunningham as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be a chance where Mac Jones doesn't do good, and then Zappy comes in, he doesn't do good, and then you got Cunningham or McSorley.
I think too, you know what you have with both Zappy and Mac. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's like, can they do better with Juju and Zeke? Probably not.
You're giving Mac Jones a target. Like you got Juju and Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other Malik as well, Malik Willis.
He
had a really good debut.
He might get traded though, honestly.
Guys, I've been telling you.
I think he should start. I think Tannehill is garbage, and I think
I've been telling y'all this.
But last year he was so bad. Last year was garbage.
He didn't even play a whole year. Like, I think that's
But I mean,
Like-
in the games that he played,
Vrabel just did a horrible game plan for him.
yeah, it was very
well, and
bad.
also now he has, I don't know. Like, I think okay, last year's Titans receiver core was basically Treylon Burks, who was a rookie,
Right.
and Robert Woods, who got injured.
Robert Woods is so bad, bro.
So,
No.
like, I think Malik could be really good.
I think he
but-
could be too.
I think that's why I was so pissed that they drafted freaking Will Levis. I'm like, dude. So now you have, and they're basically the same guy. Like, really? Like, so it's just like now you have two guys that like you don't 100% know are going to work out, and you're going to have to commit to one of the two. And I think Malik deserves a shot.
I think he does too. I think Levis.
Tannehill's Garbo.
I like normally if you're Levis and you're drafted later than you expected to be, that should probably light a fire under you to like actually be good.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just demoralized and doesn't have any like motivation to do anything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. But Malik
Also,
has to
Derrick
take
Henry.
advantage.
Derrick Henry going to be good. I think he'll be back. And if he's not, name to remember, Tajay Spears. Just telling you.
And Hassan Haskins.
All right. Last things we're gonna go over before we cut it after this.
Also,
Cook
wait,
and
hold on.
Zeke.
Deuce Vaughn is incredible. Deuce Vaughn is insane, bro. He's
Yeah.
That duo is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Dalvin Cook reached a 1-year, $8.6 million deal with the Jets.
Overpay.
Overpaid and also a stupid signing in my
Bro,
opinion.
no one else wanted him. They could have paid him
No.
like the league minimum. It's like,
I'm just excited because we'll get to see him on Hard Knocks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just Jets also activated Breece Hall yesterday after signing Cook on Monday. So
Bro,
I don't I hate it because you got Breece Hall, Cook, and Michael Carter.
the Browns better trade for Michael Carter. I don't care what it
Please.
takes. Please get him out of there.
But
Oh
and then
my gosh.
the other thing, Zeke to the Pats. As
I like that one.
I like that one a lot too. Ramondre Stevenson and Zeke is going to be a duo.
So I think Ramondre is going to be the workhorse back, but I think
And then Zeke will be like goal
goal line.
Zeke is going to be what Williams was to the Lions last year.
I would still take I would take Ramondre in fantasy, but I wouldn't take Zeke in fantasy.
I would take Zeke as a third running back.
Just like has a flex receiver tight
As a
end.
flex
I'd
running
put him
back.
at like I would draft him as a bench player that then could be moved to my flex if he performs. But I would say Ramondre is a RB2, RB3.
Yeah, probably. Because
I think he'll get the work.
obviously Zeke is going to take away touches now.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think only to an extent because I think we've also seen that what happens when you give Zeke like too many touches right now is like he's just not what he used to be.
And that's
I
why I
think-
think you give him goal line touches.
Right, you give him goal line touches and maybe give him like some third down touches or something like
Yeah,
that.
he's third down back, goal line back.
Yeah,
He's looking pretty chubby though, and needs to get in shape.
yeah, I saw.
Yo,
that
he's
with
got his
Vaughn.
haircut back from his rookie year, dude.
Yeah, but
does.
He's got a
his
fresh
body
start
back
coming.
from rookie year.
Yeah, it's fresh. He's got a fresh cut for a fresh start.
Also,
half skirt Zeke.
I think that Zach Moss is still going to be relevant in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, JT is gonna get traded. It's gonna be Zach Moss season.
Moss is underrated.
Moss is
Moss
underrated.
is underrated.
He never got the opportunity in Buffalo, which pisses me off.
Kind of
Because
did.
Devin Singletary is not good.
And they
And now
like
they
all of
moved
them.
off of him and they're like, well, James Cook is our guy. Like, where was this when you drafted Zach Moss?
And you got
Devin-
Naheem. You got Naheem too.
And you have Damian Harris.
Yeah.
Naheem Hines is the one guy in fantasy that, or sorry, not Naheem Hines. Singletary is the one guy in fantasy where you just like are forced to draft him if he's there.
Nope, I will
Like,
never
no
draft
one
him.
wants him on your team.
He
but, like,
reminds me
he's
he's
so
like
bad.
I won't draft him. I'll never draft a Miami running back either. Ever.
They're
Well,
running
guess
back.
what, boys? He's
Terrible.
on the Texans now, so you don't have to worry about him.
Yeah.
Singletary?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not going to take.
But that's
any
what pisses
touches
me off
from
is that they
Damian
traded
Harris.
him when they have Cook, but then they didn't give Zach Moss the same opportunity.
No.
Because I think Zach Moss is better than both of them if you give
I
him
do you think they're going to start Cook or Harris though?
Cook.
Really?
Yeah.
Naheem Hines is going to be a catching.
They're
slash
wasting
third down
Naheem
back.
Hines too. Naheem Hines.
No,
could be a good
no, no,
one.
no, 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 no. They're having James Cook as a primary back, right?
Right.
But they're gonna have Naheem Hines as a third down back and a catching back. Damian Harris will just come in for
Why would they have him as a third down back?
good point.
Also, Harris
like
can,
if they
Harris,
I think
like,
the only reason they kept Hines is to return kicks, which is just
I mean, yeah, he had a really ridiculous kick return.
yeah,
last
but I'm
year.
saying that's ridiculous because Naheem can do so much more than that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
We'll see how it plays out. I think we're gonna end it here. We're gonna give our dad advice this week.
Ooh, yeah. Zach's got to go first. Yep. Welcome back.
Be self-aware of yourself and your actions. Control what you can control and control what you can't control. So my dad advice of the week.
Elijah, you want to go?
yeah, I'll go.
We're so ready for his bullshit.
For people who are planning on watching or playing FIFA or 2K in the coming month, because I know next month a lot of controllers will be broken.
Racism is not the way.
Racism is not the way, but also please like have something like soft like this that you can throw around instead of your controller. It'll save you about $70. Okay.
Or a pillow is good too, because you
I've-
can like, wah!
Bro, last year I threw this on my dorm floor more times than I can count because of FIFA. I'm never.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Mine is super simple, but be confident in yourself. Be in any way, in any opportunity.
Trying to impress the gym girl.
Oh yeah.
That, but also like even something as simple as like I've been playing more Madden, like Madden 23, and like I've been trying to be like rather than play super conservative, I'm like, nah, like if I see opportunity, I'm gonna take it. Or like I've been learning how to like use your linebacker better too. And like rather than just being like, oh well, I'm scared that this guy's gonna cook me, I'm gonna use D line. Like I've just been like, okay, I can do this. And it's been working out.
The
So
right user.
yeah, well, and just be confident in your abilities in anything that you do. And if you're not as confident in something, then work at it and build up that confidence rather than shut it away and do something that you're already used to. Don't play it safe. Be confident in yourself.
I have a quick tip for you guys in Madden. If you guys are like in a 3rd
I'll give you a
16,
quick tip.
Both saw that coming.
If you guys are in a 3rd and 16 situation or like a long, and you need to get the first down, run 4 verts, have one guy on this side, run 3 on the right, throw it to the middle route on the right. Every single time it's open.
Unless they're using it.
Well,
but if they're using that, then one of the other routes will be
yeah,
open.
one of the other routes. There's always going to be one person open.
I really like in 3rd and long. I really like halfback screen because, well, especially with Kamara.
Wait,
okay,
bro,
that's fair point. Fair point.
Yeah, but who are you playing that's going to allow you to get 16 yards on that halfback screen?
4 different. I've done it on like 3 different people.
Oh, what? I get smoked on halfback screen.
But who do you throw it to?
It just does. I don't play.
Who do you throw it to? Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is not a receiving back.
I actually will never use a halfback screen with Nick Chubb.
Right, but it's automatically there on your thing. That's a problem.
But I've actually only used. Trying to think what I've played Madden recently. I used a halfback.
Clearly, because you got so freaking mad.
McCaffrey is a good halfback screen.
Yeah, but I like halfback screen to Kamara because Kamara's got really good juke moves too.
He also has really good punching moves.
Yep, he's got a really good stiff arm.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, only 3 games, guys. Only 3 games.
Only 3 games.
Only 3 games.
That doesn't affect his draft stock in fantasy, by the way.
Yeah,
it does or doesn't?
Doesn't.
I agree, but it is. I did an
shouldn't.
ESPN mock draft. Well, hang on. We'll talk about this later.
We'll talk about it next week. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because I think Thatcher, we're drafting next week, right?
No, we're drafting the week after preseason, between preseason ending and the first game. So then that way we avoid all injuries.
Okay. So this is gonna go on TikTok. I know it is. If you're on fucking TikTok, go subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify, please. And Apple Music, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, we are on Apple Podcasts.
We're on Apple Podcasts now. So if you guys are on all the Apple stuff, please
make this a TikTok. Yeah.
Please. Yeah, I'm making this a TikTok.
But like,
please,
we appreciate.
Please. We would
well, and the thing is, we really appreciate the fact that you view our TikToks and like our fun moments. But like, please go watch our our YouTube, or like go subscribe to YouTube or go listen on Apple or Spotify. But like if you like what you see on TikTok, like we clip little good moments, but there are good moments throughout. So just hang in
I
there with
think
us.
I think we should compare it to watching highlights versus watching a full game. You can watch the highlights of a Premier League game and say, "Oh, these goals are fine," but you don't understand the full game unless you watch the full game. So
Exactly.
watch the full game.
Or like a
And
full
same with
drive
like
of a
yeah.
scoring drive in football. Like
right, like you
how
can
do you
watch
get
the
there?
Cam Rising 2-point conversion, but you can't watch
Watch the whole
everything that
drive.
led up to it.
Yeah.
And that whole game was incredible. Not just the
Right.
2-point conversion.
You can watch the Britton Covey punt return for a touchdown, but you can't watch the rest of the beat down on Oregon.
Right. You could watch a USC beat us in the first half and then watch me
And then
hit.
turn off. And
Yeah,
then you wouldn't even know that we ended
if
up winning.
you turn it off, you miss my $1,000 field goal kick that fueled Utah to the win. You know,
Obviously.
obviously. God.
But anyways,
Also, I
we do
met Steve
appreciate you
Smith
guys
that
watching
day.
the
That was
TikToks.
sick.
Yeah, but we do
But
appreciate
spread
it.
the love.
Spread the love to all of our platforms,
Link-
please.
The link for our YouTube is
On
in the bio
TikTok.
of the TikTok, and then on YouTube we have our link tree, I believe. And go
Also-
check out our Instagram. We have link tree there.
Don't play
Instagram,
Madden,
Twitter,
just chat.
TikTok, all of our social medias. But we are gonna call it here. Thank you for listening / watching. If you're on Spotify and Apple, please subscribe if you guys haven't already. We've been getting a little bit more views than we have usually, so we really appreciate you guys keep supporting our love, giving the love out to us. But we will catch you guys next week. More stuff to cover preseason. We'll see about baseball because there are some developing news about other players that we will not share right now because it's still undeveloped. But enjoy Madden 24 as it comes out this week.
There's no enjoyment.
Shut up, Elijah. But we will catch you guys next week. Take it easy.